Hello and welcome to the Outside Line podcast. I'm Peter.
And I'm Emma.
And we're here to talk about all the serious and silly aspects of Formula One and other motorsports. So Emma, what are we doing this week?
We are talking about a TV program that was on.
It's the off-season.
It's the off-season. Happy New Year, by the way.
Oh yes, Happy New Year to you and welcome to Season 2.
Season 2. Officially Season 2.
Yeah.
So we wrapped up all our attack modes and we starting again.
Yeah, we ended the year on a negative with all the attack modes. So let's start on a positive, which is the Formula E driver show. I'm not sure it was positive. But first, let's talk about the weekly noise. Again, not so much to discuss, but we did find out who Caddy's reserve driver is.
Yeah, shockingly not Colton Herta, which I was expecting. It's actually Zhou Guanyu.
It's Joe. He's back. They're slowly reuniting the great... Were they called Kick Sauber back then? Anyway, whatever they were called.
Yeah.
Because that's the team you want to replicate, right? If you're coming into the sport.
Yeah. Did Zhou voluntarily leave Ferrari? Or was that always just going to be like a one and done, like, oh yeah, we'll throw you a bone for a year, and then, because I don't know, I think I'd rather be reserve driver for Ferrari and possibly get into their hypercar than reserve for Cadillac. But
yeah, I'd say he was maybe pushed. Although I don't know who are they going to have as their reserve driver. Do you know?
No, probably Dinosaur. Yeah,
I guess.
And they got Artur, haven't they? So
that's true, but he wouldn't be able to race, would he?
Not.
If somebody was sick or Hamilton just quits in the middle of the season, which could happen.
No, he should be. I don't know, actually, in terms of super license points.
Yeah.
Probably not quite. Yeah. But neither would Dinosaur, I don't think.
That's true, but I think FIA are more forgiving if it's like, under special circumstances for an F2 driver or something like that. If
Lewis does decide to just quit, I reckon they'd bring Ollie, and then it's Haas who have to scrabble for someone.
Actually, yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Then the other noise coming from Cadillac was you're telling me that Checo was given his thoughts on Red Bull finally, maybe.
Well, yeah, he had an interview. I don't know who with, because I don't pay attention to who with, but he was basically slagging off Christian Horner, which, is a hobby that we can all enjoy, and was saying, he said, like, if he was faster than Max, then it was a problem. If he was slower than Max, then it was a problem. Like, everything was a problem. And he said to Christian, oh, if you sack me, then you're just going to take Liam, and then who? And then he's like, oh, Yuki. And he's like, and then who? And he's like, you'll go through all these drivers. And apparently Christian just laughed at him or something, like in a maniacal, evil way. So... Yeah.
Sounds right.
so about what we expected, really. So
okay.
Poor Checo had a raw deal of it, apparently, but I mean, he was mid, so.
Yes, yeah. Then, well, speaking of Red Bull, we see the rats fleeing the ship, maybe, because now that the driver transfer market is over, we've got the engineer transfer market. So this week we saw Will Courtney move from Red Bull to McLaren to be their sporting director, whatever that means. And then there was a lot of gossip about GP might be moving to Williams or somebody else.
Aston Martin.
Was it?
Yeah. I mean, it makes sense if he wants to have a job that's closer to home and not travelling.
Yeah.
But he could also just step down as Max's race engineer and sort of work from Milton Keynes. So
yes, it would be weird if they let him go. I mean, when they could just offer him that. I mean,
Yeah, I think it depends on what price is being offered at Aston or Williams. I mean, probably a step down in salary for Williams, but yeah. But we'll see. We'll see if he turns up next season.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. It does remind me of. I mean, you won't know this, but in football. Have you ever heard of Pep Guardiola?
Yes, I've heard of Pep.
Oh, good. But basically, what Manchester City
bald,
did...
isn't he?
Yeah, a lot of managers are, it turns out. When Man City were trying to get him, basically they hired his entire team before hiring him. So it does look like Aston Martin are basically assembling everybody who Max likes or wants. Yeah.
So they can get Max.
That could be it.
It might work. I don't think it will work, because I do think Max is likely to retire before going anywhere else. But I see the vision.
Yeah, but maybe they're playing the long game. It's like Max gets quits F1, but then he wants back in a couple of years, and they'll be ready for him.
Oh, they could always take him in the hypercar.
Yeah, that's true.
The few years that he's not there. I don't know. Yeah, interesting.
Yeah, no, that will be... Well, we'll see what happens, I guess. Another thing we saw announced over the new year was that Scott Dixon is now officially higher ranking than Lewis Hamilton.
No, Lewis is a sir, isn't he?
Yeah, I saw some discussion that technically, there's all these sort of different orders that you can be part of. So I think I read technically Sir Scott Dixon, whatever knighthood he's getting, because it's like some special one for for New Zealanders, is that it?
Yeah.
That technically he might outrank Lewis now.
That's fair enough.
Yeah. But so he got a New Year's honour thing that some countries do. I didn't realise that some Commonwealth countries do it as well. But
neither did I, and I was like really excited about it. And because I was just like, oh my god, other countries have knighthoods.
Yeah,
crazy.
So for sure, Will Buxton is going to refer to him as Sir Scott Dixon.
Of course he is. Will Buxton's he's one of those people, isn't he?
Yeah. He's genetically bred to address people as Sir, basically.
Yeah. To respect monarchy.
Good. And the last thing maybe to discuss is Gasly posting a sort of a very bad taste picture, although it's not clear if he actually meant it or not.
Yeah, it's weird. It's a weird one. So he posted a picture of himself skiing wearing a red Marlboro jacket, which, I don't pay massive attention to what Pierre Gasly's wearing, but I don't think I've ever seen him wear it before.
Yeah.
He so happened to post it on Michael Schumacher's birthday.
Yeah. Yep.
Which was the big problem, obviously.
Yeah.
Sure, a Marlboro jacket on Michael Schumacher's birthday in any other place in the world, doing any other sport in the world, absolutely fine. Skiing, little bit of a bad taste.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But
there was a lot of discussion. I saw a lot of, is it just a bad coincidence? Is it just did he not realise? Is he massively tone deaf? Probably because he's Pierre. But I don't know. I think it's one of those where if he because he obviously does have control of his own social media, Pierre, which is odd. In this day and age. But I think if PR saw it, it would probably not have been posted, because you would do that research.
Yes.
Yeah.
Bit of a
even then,
one.
okay, maybe he didn't realise that it was Michael's birthday. That's the only thing I can think of that he wouldn't know.
Yeah.
But even then, it's surely you saw Ferrari post happy birthday. Surely you saw, the post from everyone. And then to post that just feels a little bit off to me. But who knows? I don't think it was malicious.
No.
And I think it was just very, very silly and misguided, let's say.
Yeah, hopefully they're back in their F1 PR bubbles soon.
Yeah, before they make any more silly mistakes.
Good. So this week, we thought we would talk about the Formula E Driver TV series, which is on Amazon Prime. I guess it's supposed to be Formula E's answer to the Formula One Drive to Survive.
Yeah, kind of.
Kind of. It's only 4 episodes, and it only follows, I think, 5 drivers, basically.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not quite as in-depth as the Drive to Survive. But yeah, we watched it.
Yeah.
It was only 4 episodes. It came out last November, so it's been out a little bit. But still, it's kind of interesting. There's a few interesting bits in it. So I thought we'd discuss some of that.
Yeah.
So it follows Dan Ticktum, Pascal Wehrlein, Taylor Barnard, Da Costa, whose first name I've forgotten.
Antonio
Da Costa, and Ollie Rowland.
Yes.
Rowland, they only start kind of interviewing in the second episode because I think he wasn't planned to be part of it, but then he won 3 of the first 6 races, so they're like,
Probably.
oh shit, this guy might win. So,
well, so I also watched the first series, which I know you did.
Yes.
And the first series had Mitch Evans was also in it, but Pascal wasn't. So there was a lot of so Antonio was in it, and it was very much like, look, what a lovely guy Antonio Felix da Costa is. Isn't he lovely? His teammate's evil. And then, like, the same with Mitch. You're like, Mitch is lovely, he's great. Nick Cassidy's not lovely. And it was very, like, you know, but Dan was the main character, obviously. But then this series, Pascal Verlaine was there to sort of, I guess he saw how he was portrayed in the first one and maybe came to set the record straight a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, the way they portray people in this series is, I think Drive to Survive is bad. This is worse. This is so much worse.
Thing is, I don't know anything about these drivers at all. So to me, I was like, oh, okay, that's just who they are now to me. So yeah. Hopefully you can tell me if you think they've been misportrayed, if that's a word. Okay, so yeah, the first thing I would say about it is that they were desperate for a narrative, even in just 4 episodes. But like the thing that I find funny was that they were setting up this whole Tictum versus Barnard kind of rivalry.
Yes.
They do that a couple of times where they ask Tictum, or somebody asks Tictum, what does he think of Barnard? And he says, oh, I'm not impressed with him, or I don't buy into the hype, and there's some sort of needling there. And
he had a full-on attack mode rant about him.
Yeah, so there's one time where he's going on about this fucking little kid. Yeah, that was, I actually found that really funny. But
Me too.
But they try to set that up, and at the end of episode 1 or 2, it's like, they're set up for this big showdown in Jeddah, and then nothing happens. Like, none of them qualify near the front. Nothing happens between them. It's like, they really wanted to push some, like, they really wanted to make something. It's just not enough there.
I don't think there is, like, a rivalry on track between them.
Yeah.
Like, because, I mean, let's be honest, the Cooper was shit, and the McLaren was all right. I don't know what Dan was saying that he's coming in the best car, because that was objectively not true at all.
Yes.
So I think he was just being a little bit salty there. But yeah, I don't know. It's because I don't think there's a rivalry on track. Off track, I absolutely buy it. I do think Dan hates him, but and I do think Taylor's just like, whatever. But I think Dan doesn't really like many people.
Yeah, I get that impression. That I think he's one of these people who's like sorts people into people who are better than him, who he respects, or people who thinks might be as good as him, basically. Mm-hmm. And they're the people he respects, and then there's people he just doesn't respect anyone who he doesn't rate. He doesn't rate. So I think he doesn't rate Taylor, and he's he doesn't not afraid to say it.
Yeah, but I did like the way that they set them up as like they are opposites.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if you noticed this. So there was a whole thing where, they've kind of grouped Taylor in with Ollie as well. So Taylor and Ollie are the opposite to Dan. So when you see Dan, it's very, I do what I want. Like when he went to the car meet in Japan and stuff, and it was like the middle of the night, and he's like, I don't really care. Whenever anything is not, he doesn't need to drive. I need a beer. Like, very much is a guy. He's just a guy. Whereas they showed off Taylor as like, oh, I don't drink anything other than water. I'm 21 and I've never had a drink. I'm like very focused on what I do and I don't do other stuff. Like it was very much these two like playing them off each other as complete opposites.
Yeah, okay, I see that, yeah.
And I just want to say that I have disowned Taylor.
Oh, well, I thought we would discuss kind of each of them, the sort of general portrayal, or maybe just sort of incidents with them, and then sort of at the end talk about how we think they were portrayed.
Yeah.
But with Tictum, first thing I thought was he is like hard auditioning for like old school Top Gear. Like he really wants Jeremy Clarkson to like him, because
I don't know why.
He's going off about joggers, like that's real like 90s humor, isn't it? All these joggers, what do they do? Like ridiculous. And then in another episode, someone asks him what he doesn't like, and he's like, "Oh, wokeness," and like
wokeness,
pure, middle class dad opinions.
Well,
like
when he said wokeness, there's like half of me thinks it was a joke, and that's what he would say if anyone asked him. Like, oh, it was a joke. But most of me thinks that it's not a joke, and he just said it to see if it if it kept in. If you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think, I mean, he's one of these people who, if you ask him to define what he means by wokeness, I mean, it would just be gibberish.
He wouldn't be able to. Absolutely would not
think,
be able to define what he means by wokeness. I
yeah.
believe that fully. But, yeah, I don't know. Did it give me the ick a little bit? Briefly.
I hope so.
Very briefly. But it went away. So.
Oh, right, okay. Well, if that didn't help, the other note I have about Tictum is that he's an angry dickhead.
Yeah, but that's what I like about him.
Yeah, actually, yes, I forgot. You have the...
The note I've got is, I put Dan hates wokeness, lol, and shags cars.
Yeah, we saw him... The way start is very odd. They have him driving this really old Cadillac around London, I guess.
Fucking... It's got like 6 doors on it. It's like a limo, essentially.
It looks like it turns up later. I wasn't sure, but...
He did, yeah.
He driving around Berlin and he was like shouting at people out the window.
Yes.
Really odd.
Yeah, but he shags cars. That's just it.
When he goes to that Tokyo Drift type place.
Oh my god, yeah.
Yeah, he is just, whoa, look at that, whoa. Yeah, it's...
Literally says that he's fully erect. Stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, you shag cars, mate.
But in the race, he's really just comes off as a dick. Like,
no.
He's so angry at people, and then they ask him about it later, he's like, oh, it's not anger, it's passion, but and he's making jokes about punching people who didn't...
It's not passion, I think it's frustration.
Yeah.
And I do think possibly could do with, like, calming down a little bit, but...
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't comment because that's why I like him, so...
Yeah.
Because I am mental.
He has an attack mode as well.
Yeah.
So. The other thing about Tictum I wanted to mention was that he has this guy who is stealing a living, I think. So I'm not clear what he is. He's some sort of performance coach or something.
Performance coach. I want that job. I want that job. I want that guy's job.
But also massagist.
He's like massages him. He like buys him drinks and has drinks with him, and he like has dinner with him and stuff. Essentially, just his boyfriend. Let's be honest.
Yeah, exactly. But this guy.
But this guy's being paid for it.
Yeah.
I could do that job.
Oh yeah. I bet you could.
Yeah.
But like,
I could do it better than that guy as well.
The guy is like, oh, what like, how do you get the best out of Dan? Just let him do what he wants. You know, he wants to go to Tokyo. He wants to go look at cars and get driven around by some randomer.
Random guy, yeah, who could have murdered him, yeah.
Surely that's forbidden in his contract or something.
No, this is Formula E.
Like an F1. Yeah, maybe that's it. So, and then there's another bit where it's like, he makes a big deal out of like, Dan asks for his phone and I give him his phone as if that's
and everyone thinks it's weird.
Yeah, but like, it's like,
and he's like sat watching
move.
Twitch on his phone.
Yeah. He's literally a toddler. He's like, it's just an angry toddler, and it's like, oh, he needs to be distracted.
He's not an angry toddler. He's just a man. That's just a man.
Child. Yeah.
Yes, that is just what a man is.
Okay. Yeah.
Give him a beer, give him a car to play with, and a phone to look at, and he's fine. That's just a man.
Well, yeah. What a job that guy! Like, he's stealing a living. Just
honestly. And I'm saying I could do it better and probably for cheaper. Saying. Possibly even for free.
Then Ollie Rowland. I didn't know anything about his story, so I actually found it really interesting. Just his journey in motorsport.
Yeah.
So they, like, from family that didn't have a lot of money growing up, and, you know.
Which you could probably tell because he is from Barnsley. So you probably could tell that they didn't have a lot of money. No offence to people from Barnsley, obviously, but it's not a rich place by any means. Yeah,
I think I would have subconsciously assumed that he wasn't from a rich family, but yeah. But I live in the south now, so yeah. Yeah, so that was interesting. And then his dad died when he was 18. Mm-hmm. And the way he says it, he goes off the rails a bit. Yeah. So I really wonder, I wonder where he was. Like, you know, if he was going through like F3, F2 or somewhere, then like, going off the rails, like, you know, it's really like what could have been.
Yeah.
Because maybe he was on the path. Let me see. He did GP2 for a season, and then Formula 2 when it was renamed. He did that for a season, came third actually in F2, and then went to Formula E.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So it could have been
he could have won a real world championship.
Yeah, it could have been instead of just an electric one.
Yeah.
Well, I've gone off him.
You really are. I like him a lot more now.
What? Because he moved to Dubai.
That was the only note I had. It was like, oh, okay, what a dickhead. But
Yeah.
yeah.
That's why I've gone off him, because he moved to Dubai, and I'm like, oh, well,
Yeah.
you're not worth my time or effort anymore. Sorry, Ollie. Change your birthday now.
Oh, you know, like his these sports documentaries. They want to make a sort of a nod towards mental health chat, but without actually saying anything about it. So Ollie, he said something like, "Oh, I was having mental health and panic attacks or something," but like,
yeah,
that's all you really hear about it. You don't hear about what he did about it, or like,
yeah,
you know that it's important to talk about these things or anything. He was like, well, just
but I thought that
mental health stuff
to me was very much this guy's opposite of Dan as well. Like,
yeah,
he's talking about his mental health. He's been open about his mental health, and Dan's just like screaming at people and like threatening to punch him. So
yes, yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
but it didn't sound like he was full in on like, or maybe he was still sort of in that embarrassed to talk about it.
I think he's just embarrassed to talk about it. I think they all are.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, look at what happened to Lando when he did open up about it. He got bullied mercilessly, so...
Yeah. Yeah, I guess even just acknowledge that you had panic attacks is still a step in the right direction. Yeah, but I thought that was very interesting, just his life story. And we did get to see... we did get to see some motorsport mums and dads. So Tictum's mum was around.
Oh, well, she was in the first series as well. It's many brothers that he's got. Because she was saying about, because the first series they go into the incident and everything,
right, yes.
And she proper goes on the defensive for him. He's suffered and all this. So yeah, but she turns up a couple of times in the same dress every time. She made me laugh because that's just like a normal mum, she's got one nice dress, so she's gonna fucking wear it, Yeah.
But we also saw Roland's mum as well, and then we got to see some old video of him with his dad, and his dad. It's the usual motorsport story of like spending all their money so he can go karting every week, every weekend, and the dad being his engineer and stuff.
I did like that he said that there was some rubber checks going around and stuff.
Oh yeah.
That made me laugh. Yeah. Like, I hope they don't come after you. Or, debt's owed. Yeah.
Yeah. But also the dad, he was talking about his dad saying that he was also pretty harsh on him, like, the real motorsport dad stereotype as well. But I guess it would be like if you put all your money into this kid.
If you have put all your money in and your kid's like, I don't want to go, you'd be like, you were fucking going, mate. Especially like a Yorkshire dad as well. Yes. Yeah, I don't blame his dad for being harsh on him, because I think I'd be as well. Like, no, you're not fucking bankrupting me and then saying, I can't be bothered.
Yeah.
And do this.
Making a silly move up the inside. Do you want to be left behind in the petrol station? Yeah.
I don't think I go that far.
Any more on Roland?
Yeah, they bigged up the connection between him and Taylor.
That's right, yeah.
Like he was his mentor or something.
Yeah, that was actually interesting, yeah. I'd forgotten that. Yeah, that Roland was Barnard's manager and kind of team manager at one point, and possibly given him... Again, I wasn't sure if that was just for the narrative that, like, the TV show was trying to be like...
No, I think that it's genuinely real.
Oh, no, I do believe it, but how much advice he gave, I wasn't sure.
He's Lindblad's manager as well, isn't he?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so I think he is pretty much there.
So let's talk about Taylor's, in the show. I think they really, to use the young person's word, glaze.
Yeah.
I don't like it. But they're just hyping him up so much.
I can see why Dan got annoyed.
Yeah. But also, I thought it was funny that you see Sam Bird there for like only a little bit, and his only job is to hype up Taylor.
It made me laugh when they go and have a little chat. I think it's in Monaco, and he goes, "Oh, you're having dinner with a hot blonde bird."
Yeah,
and that made me laugh. That's why I love Sam so much. He's the best. Bring Sam back. That's what I'm saying.
It did make me think that, like, we don't see other teammates. So, like, there's no mention of Nato.
No.
Sam Bird, like, they only mention him. Oh, he only appears there. And there's no Beckman either. Which,
well,
I guess.
Beckman.
Yeah, But still, because the big storyline they have is Pascal versus I forgot his name, Antonio. Antonio Felix da Costa. But like, there's no mention. They have David Coulthard and Karun going like, the only battle is between you and your teammate because you're in the same car type stuff, and then like they don't even mention the other teammates
who's
for the
Beckman?
other people.
Who is David Beckman anyway?
Exactly. Yeah.
The way they frame it is just like Oliver is the only member of the team. Dan is the only member of the team.
Yeah, exactly.
Which it might as well be. Let's be honest.
Yeah, I know it's true, but like they don't even it's not even mentioned. But anyway, like I don't have that much else to say about Bard. I think it was very. Oh, it was a bit sad where he talked about having no friends, and then he says I had no friends growing up because all my time was motorsport, and then he goes, I'm not here to make friends. It's like you'll have no friends ever then.
Well, I've reversed my adoption of him. Mainly because no child of mine doesn't drink alcohol.
Oh, God.
Sorry, but that's not... No child of mine will not drink alcohol. That's crazy. And also, like, because Dan doesn't like him, so, yeah.
Oh, my God.
I'm one of those women.
I thought of asking the question, has it changed your mind on Dan? But
no.
Okay,
it's made me like Dan more, let's be honest.
Jesus, wow.
A terrible person. But it's made me like Taylor and Ollie less, so I don't know.
Wow.
Yeah.
Taylor, I thought, got a very, I don't know, sort of bland. Like I don't have much else to say about him. Just normal motorsport guy being interviewed.
Yeah,
interesting.
They just make him come across as like, look at this clean cut wonder kid who's great, and he focuses on everything, and he's never even touched alcohol. And I'm like, boring. So. But I did like that the kind of journalist guy called him Psycho Bambi.
Yes, yeah, that was funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, so let's come to the Verline versus Da Costa.
The main storyline.
The main story, at least this is an out of they don't have to manufacture it that much because it seems like it was true. And I didn't realise that apparently it started from some driver's parade in the first race that season, that apparently Antonio was talking shit about Pascal behind his back, and then Pascal finds out or something. Yeah, that was... I didn't know that. That was interesting to know, to give some background. Because obviously we knew that there was, eventually it was clear, well, as I kept repeating, like, when two teammates don't even look at each other, there's something wrong there, probably.
Yeah.
Right? So at some point it was obvious there was some tension between the two of them, but that was interesting to know. But they didn't really tell us, but I guess... He was just talking shit, saying like, "Oh, the only reason he won it last year was because of me," and all this stuff.
Probably something like that, yeah. But he also said that, Pascal got it twisted or whatever. He misunderstood.
Yeah, exactly. Da Costa. I mean, Da Costa, I think, comes across as fairly kind of honest. I don't know if maybe that's what he's trying to be or something, but
I've got some opinions on these two.
Yeah.
So
go on.
I think they gave Pascal I think they were quite nice to him, considering how nasty they were to him the first season. They kind of made him out to be very evil. And this one they were like, look, with his daughter and eating the strawberries. Isn't this cute? And like...
He's eating tomatoes.
Oh, tomatoes, that's the one, yeah, whatever.
They don't have strawberries, they eat tomato.
Okay, whatever. Whatever they're eating, I wasn't paying attention. But like, it was very much like, look at this, he's a lovely family man, blah, blah, blah. And then they're like, here's Antonio and his family as well. But his family are like mega rich, so...
Yeah, they have like ranch in Portugal or
big
something.
Ranch and stuff. But the way his dad was talking about it, I'm like, his dad definitely like bred him to be like a good racer, like a racehorse.
Yeah,
because it's just what rich people are like. They're like mental. But I've written that no one in Porsche actually comes off looking good in this series at all. I think I think they both look awful. I think Pascal. I think they both come off very entitled, but Antonio more so. And I think it's just, they both don't come off very well at all. Yeah,
I think with Da Costa, he's trying to... He's always saying, like, oh, life's... Like, everyone's unfair to me, I'm just, you know...
I've written incel vibes. But do you know what I mean? Like, that kind of... That headspace.
Yeah.
Like... the sort of self-deprecating, like, oh, no one likes me because I'm too nice. No one likes me because I'm too good of a teammate. No one, and it's like, fuck off, mate. I can't be dealing with this.
I guess there must be some truth to, like, Porsche definitely must favour Pascal, I think, because
he's a better driver. Yeah, probably.
Well, yeah, that could be the easiest answer, maybe.
Yeah.
Well, like, they did make a big deal out of. They didn't follow up on it, but they were like the crash in Berlin, where in the practice
session
when Verline hits the back of Da Costa, right?
Mm-hmm.
They were saying, oh, that was probably Pascal's fault, but obviously it's the other guy, Da Costa, who gets kicked out / wants to leave.
Yeah.
I don't know what the story is there.
I think he left.
Yeah.
I don't think he was sacked.
I think Porsche would have been happy to keep him. I guess. Yeah, why not? I guess they won. As I said, Porsche won the team championship.
Yeah.
And despite the drivers hating each other, so yeah, why not do it again next year?
I think even though he did hate Pascal, he still played the team game. So you'd want to keep him, even he's put his own bullshit aside to help the team. That's kind of admirable, I'd say, in a driver.
Kind of, but maybe he was, advertising himself, to Jaguar or whoever he moved to. Anyway, yeah, that was. I liked seeing that sort of battle. Like, that was a little bit behind the scenes. There were some bits I thought kind of felt really staged, especially in the first episode where Tictum and Verline are having a little chat, sitting down together in the media pen. I felt that was really staged. I felt that
did
was
feel a bit staged.
Pascal was told, like, go over there and talk to him, and
go and talk to Dan. Go and talk to the main character. Otherwise, you can't be in. You can't be in the series. You have to speak to Dan. Otherwise, you aren't allowed in.
Yeah,
maybe that's it.
But it was also interesting. I didn't know that Porsche were perhaps interested in signing Tictum. That was not news I heard. So that was interesting.
Don't know if it was news or not. I don't know if that was.
They must have considered. Maybe they just sort of asked around everybody, are you available?
I don't know if that was a little bit of self-importance on Dan's part. Like, I've won a race, I should be in a better car.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, because it was weird, because I'd seen an interview with Tictum at the start of this season where he was saying how happy he was to be at Cooper Kira, and that they understand him and they let him be him.
Yeah.
Like, basically, essentially, hires that guy who lets him do what he wants. So I was like, of course, like, why would anyone leave? But then, the idea that he was even considering leaving was surprising to me.
But I think that's just true of all. If you're in a worse team, you're always looking for a better team.
Yeah, that's true.
So I don't think it's just a fact of motorsport, is that even if you're happy where you are, you're still always looking for a better car.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
But yeah, I think he's doing I'm very happy here.
Yeah. So then, well, what are the last things I wanted to say? One, I quite enjoyed, there was quite a lot of angry curtain pulling. Did you notice that?
Yeah.
So, like, the little driver's area where they go to sort of, for some privacy after the race. So they have a little booth, but it's like curtains, and so we got to see a lot of angry curtain pulling, which I thought was hilarious. And then there's one quote at the very start of the series, of the second series, which is I don't know who said it, but Formula E is the strongest lineup of drivers in the world, there's no doubt. And I was thinking, I have a doubt.
I have a doubt. This is the same as when they said they have like 800 million listeners and watchers around the world or whatever. This is them inflating their own importance. Mate, no. I would say, in terms of strong drivers, about a quarter of them are good. Maybe more than that. Maybe about half.
Yeah, it's maybe,
but
maybe
I
half,
would not say this is the strongest driver lineup in the world.
No,
that's crazy. That's insane.
I wonder if a metric for that is like has the most world champions, but the world champions are Formula E, so of course, yeah.
Well, yeah. I don't know. That is a weird one to say. Yeah.
Some other quotes I found very funny was "Come on, fish and chips." Someone shouted that at Roland, so I'm upset that didn't catch on as like his nickname was.
That's so good.
And another thing that made me laugh a lot was like they're trying to big up the they were trying to big up the McLaren car, and it was like really fast at one point, and it's like, look at how it like picks through the field, and then it shows it passing a Lola, which
Yeah.
if you'd watched the season, you'd know that that's not exactly hard to do. But,
Yeah, I don't know why they had this narrative that the McLaren was good, because it really wasn't.
Yeah.
Like, say, even Dan said, oh, he's gone in the best car. No, he hasn't. Are you paying attention? Probably not.
Exactly.
Too busy doing what he wants rather than his job. But there you go. Yeah, fucking weird.
So maybe let's finish on kind of general impressions of the people. I'll start with Tictum, and you can rebut. But I thought this was I didn't see the first season, so maybe it sounds like they try to make him into the Danny Rick or something standout character. But I thought it was sort of attempted rehab. Like they try to be sympathetic to him, but he is just such a dick inherently that it doesn't work.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
That's
I
what
think
was thinking.
they try to make him a sympathetic character. They're like, look, it's Dan. Isn't he great? And then because he's Dan and is like a fucking mental gremlin man, he is to most people not likable. I think to a certain subgroup of people, he might be quite likable. You know, when blokes say, "Oh, the kind of guy I'd like to have a drink with," like as an endearment, like, "Oh yeah, he'd be good to have a pint with." That, but I don't know. I think, you know, in the early 2000s and like lad culture, and like where you go down the pub and whatever. That is so Dan. But I don't think that works anymore, especially not for like a 26-year-old.
Yeah, he's channeling 90s Top Gear.
Yeah, he's very much a like born in the wrong generation sort of brain. Like this behaviour in a 50-year-old man, probably normal, not in a 26-year-old. Bit weird.
Yes.
But unfortunately, I still fancy him, so.
Yeah, do you know what hybristophilia is?
Yes, I do know what hybristophilia is. But he's not a murderer.
Yeah.
He's not a murderer.
Then Pascal, I think, well, I thought he came across quite well. I mean, at least in the first episode where they set him up as the nice guy with feeding his daughter the tomatoes and going to the zoo.
I still think he's sneaky.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
I still think he's snaky as hell.
Okay.
So I don't buy into it.
To Cost, I thought, maybe I got a little bit of fakeness from it, but also that he was genuinely frustrated and was kind of trying, like, he was sort of fair about the whole situation. Barnard, I thought they were just pure, like, gushing over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Psycho Bambi.
Same with Roland. Thought that he just came across as a really nice guy, nice dad, apart from living in Dubai, but just a normal, nice guy, it seems.
Yeah. This is the problem, I think, is that outside of Dan, none of them are actually interesting. So
yeah, but then that hasn't stopped Drive to Survive, has it?
Well, no, but I guess with I was going to say I guess with Drive to Survive, like there's other stuff with it, but no, they're not. None of them are interesting. Dan is the most interesting one of the lot, but you can't just do a TV show about Dan Tictum. I mean, you could, but I think I'd be the only one who watched it.
Well, apparently he is really trying to do a sort of Top Gear type show, like so maybe there is basically a Dan Tictum TV show coming.
God, I hope so.
Oh God. Anyway, and then that's it.
That's it.
How do you think it stacks up compared to Drive to Survive? You know, they're trying to emulate it, I guess, but you think they did a good job?
I think they've done better to focus more on the drivers as people than try to sort of manufacture storylines.
Yeah.
But I don't know, again, same as Drive to Survive, some of the stuff that they're trying to hype up is not real. Like I said, the McLaren thing, it was not the best car at all. It was nowhere near. So I don't know where they got this from. But yeah, I think only focusing on a few people as well really helps it, rather than trying to shoehorn everyone in, even like... Yeah,
well, it's only 4 episodes versus there's normally 10, isn't there, in Drive to Survive, so...
Yeah, but like, in Drive to Survive, like, you'll have, like, Lance Stroll will be in it and say, like, one line. And it's like, there's no point in you being here, mate, at all. No one wants to hear from you and you don't want to be there, so just don't bother. Whereas this is like, yeah, we don't need to know about Norman Nato. We don't need to know about David Beckman. Like, They don't need to exist.
Yeah, yeah. I would have liked just a little more, like, for example, Cassidy, he finished second in the championship. Just there's essentially no mention of him. I think they say he won one of the races in London, and he actually won both of them, but
yeah,
not mentioned at all, basically. So a few more would have been interesting.
I think he didn't agree with the way he was portrayed in the first one, but didn't do a Pascal and want to set the record straight. He just didn't want to be involved.
Okay, I see.
Yeah, but that's just speculation on my part. But I don't think they portrayed him very well.
Yeah, I think with Formula E, because it is a bit more random, there's a bit more churn, it's harder for them to construct, like, a narrative. Like, with Drive to Survive, I think they pick a race and they sort of work backwards from it to kind of create a narrative, and they sort of jump around in time. But Formula E, it's very, like, at one point they were, like, showing, like, Tictum versus Verline or something. But it was for, like, P13 or something.
Yeah.
They were still trying to make out that it was, like, a big deal that that this guy was overtaken. But, like, there's just tons of overtakes all the time in Formula E. So it's like, they didn't really show the chaos, I think.
Yeah.
I thought they did quite a good job in kind of explaining what attack mode was. Like, it's still awkward when, one of the poor, like, talking heads has to come along and be like, pit boost is this, or attack mode is this. And,
this is what pit boost does, and it's a thing.
I thought they did that fairly well,
Yeah.
But again, they jump around. But anyway, I thought that wasn't so bad. It wasn't as cringeworthy as Will Buxton, let's say. Anyway, so, I mean, do you want to give it a rating out of 5? 5 stars? 5 red flags?
Well, I don't know, because I enjoy it, but only because I like just watching Dan. So,
yeah.
But as a TV show, the episodes feel really long to me, and that in that long time, not much is said. So I don't know. I think maybe out of 5, I would give it like a 3, 2.5.
Yeah, I'd be going for about 2.5. Like, it was still enough interest in there. It wasn't too long.
If you are interested in learning about the drivers, obviously it is called Formula E Driver. Then it's all right. It's still not amazing because it's not all the drivers, and it's if you are a big hater of Jeremy Clarkson, boy howdy, you are going to hate Dan. So just the narratives and stuff, it feels a little bit weird to me, but 2.5.
2.5, yeah. I think that's about fair. So let's finish on our usual features, will we?
Yeah.
First one we've just answered. Was it a waste of time watching it? Which, 2.5 out of 5.
I don't think it was a waste of time. I enjoyed watching it. It was something to do in the off season.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, you gotta make do with what you got. Then driver of the day. I don't know how we decide this, but is it Tictum?
Dan Tictum.
Right. I'm gonna give it to Ollie Rowland.
Okay.
Just nice.
In Dubai, in his big fucking house in Dubai. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Well, he couldn't afford Monaco, I guess.
Yeah.
Gotta go. And then, do we have an Emma's attack mode?
Ooh.
For the new year. Wow.
For the new year. Let me think. Let me have a little think. Oh, I can't think of one.
No, it's good. Start the new year.
Start the new year off right without an attack mode.
Yeah. And then slowly as the year grinds on, you'll get more attack modes.
Yeah.
Good. Yes.
Great.
So next week we have an actual Formula E race in Mexico.
Yay.
So we'll be able to talk about some racing.
Mm-hmm.
If you have any questions or comments, our email address is theoutside.linepod@gmail.com.
We are also on Blue Sky at the Outside Line Pod.
Otherwise, we'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.